Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, in today's video we're going to be doing a get ready with me. I see people do these all the time and, why not? Which is why my hair is looking busted. It's literally just dried from my shower about half an hour ago, and so as I promised in yesterday's video, we're going to be talking about some things. And so today we are going to be doing that while I put makeup on. And probably not going to touch my hair because I don't use heat on my hair because damage. And I personally don't trust those heat protectors. I just prefer to just not put heat on my hair. If I do put heat on my hair, it's literally once in a blue moon. Like, if I'm just really want my hair curly, I'll curl it, or if I really want it straight, I'll straighten it, but it's like literally once in a blue moon. Maybe once a month, if that. So I've already started. I already put one application of my eyeshadow because I recently painted my nails purple, although they look more blue on this camera, but whatever. So we're gonna go back into it while we talk about the drama. Okay, so for the last couple days, and honestly, it's really been ever since Blair White did this giant video with Vice, with her and about a bunch of LGBT people for Pride, and they talked about a lot of different things, but one of the main things they mentioned is the topic of non-binary, be classified as trans. Blair made her feelings pretty clear, and I agree with what she said. So she basically said that non-binary doesn't really go with the term transgender. It really goes for the term transsexual. That's probably what I'm going to name this video. Get ready with me. Non-binary, transgender, or transsexual. For me, it makes more sense. Although over the years, transgender has become more of an umbrella term, which I find kind of retarded, if you ask me. You're trans, that's just what it means. Obviously, transsexual is different from transgender, where if you're transgender, you merely identify as different than the sex you were assigned at birth, whereas transsexual, a transsexual is basically someone who chooses, which I look at it, is basically someone who chooses to transition through hormones and surgeries. That's basically what a transsexual is. I would be a transsexual considering I've been on hormones. I'm not on them now, but I was. My body's like detransitioning, but we're not talking about that. We don't talk about that. We don't ever talk about that. So, yeah. So, it's been literally exploding all over Twitter. Everybody's talking about it. Calvin Guerra was tweeting some things. Other people was tweeting some things, and it was an interesting story. Now, as much as this eyeshadow is great and all, this is my third coat, and it looks great now. But I literally have to put 3 coats of this. 3 coats. So, as nice as this is more subtle than anything else. But yeah, I mean, like, even in the Vice video, when Blair said what she said, the person who she was basically talking to, who was non-binary, like, started to cry, and I'm just like, for me personally, if you're going to cry over something someone has said, you have more problems than anybody knows. That's what I personally believe. Like, if you get offended because someone says the word tranny, or queer, or fag, like, I understand derogatory whatevers. I understand that. I've been called a faggot in my day, and I really used to hate that word. But, I don't know. I mean, I feel like people let too much power over them. Like, that's the whole thing about reclaiming a word, and that's the entire thing about reclaiming words. Words only have as much power as we put on them. And Blair said this in a video before, and I completely agree. I feel like people waste so much of their time, being offended by words. This is why I think reclaiming words is so important, because reclaiming words is incredibly, and it's empowering, and you can reclaim a derogatory word. It's same thing with reclaiming words isn't exactly a new thing. Gays have reclaimed fag, trans people have reclaimed tranny, people who are African American have reclaimed, that word. I'm not gonna say it because it's a horrible, horrible, evil word in my opinion, and I don't dare say it. I don't even think it. Okay. You guys, I'm sad because my baked highlighter, the case of it broke. Like, I mean, it's fine. I don't really use it much anymore. But this part, for whatever reason, it just broke off. Like, it's supposed to be like in here and all snapped in, but I think one of the things that's supposed to be holding it together broke, and so now it's just not wanting to stay. I mean, it's working now. Maybe it'll stay this way. We don't know. This was also my favorite highlighter for a long. And no, because it just went in there. Oh, okay, yeah, that happened. Yeah, this used to be my favorite, but I switched. So, hold up. I forgot to do one thing with my brows. But yeah, the other thing that's going around Twitter, let's talk about The Little Mermaid adaptation, and people literally shitting themselves because they had chosen a African American woman who is a amazing person to play Ariel in the live adaptation of The Little Mermaid, which, for anyone with an actual brain, would be great. Great. Honestly, I don't give a shit whether or not the Ariel's black or not. I really don't care. So long as, her hair stays the same bright red, I don't care. Honestly, the one thing that makes Ariel iconic is the fact that she has bright red hair that's super, super long, super thick, super full. And I just realized I forgot to do my water line. So we're about to do that real quick. And so, yeah, for me, the one thing that makes... but I understand it, because the story of The Little Mermaid is set in, like, the 1700s, where, black people weren't exactly the most popular among people. So it makes sense why, obviously they made Ariel white. But good to know we live in the 21st century where, shit can change, That's what always makes me super nervous every time I do my water line, because I'm not used to things like that close to my eye. It's one thing if it's like up here, but it's not really touching my eye that much. But yeah, honestly, I just don't get it. I don't think it matters that much. For me, I mean, as long as they do a really good, faithful adaptation of The Little Mermaid, Change, yeah. I'm very a stickler when it comes to details, especially when it comes to book to movie adaptations. But The Little Mermaid isn't really like that, although it was a book originally at one point. But so was like every other Disney princess story. I mean, come on, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. It's all part of the Brothers Grimm genre, and those were far darker than what we actually see. So I swear my eyes so sensitive. But yeah, the I think the actress they picked to play Ariel, she's absolutely stunning, and so I'm actually really looking forward to seeing that adaptation of the Little Mermaid, and so it's so exciting, and I'm actually really 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 super looking forward to it. Um, what else? What else? Hmm. I need mascara now. Oh, this is still my favorite mascara. When I run out of this, I am buying more because it may be tiny, which looks great. It's literally the size of a lipstick. Like I have this L'Oreal lipstick, and it's like barely taller than it. I mean, look at this. So it's perfect. You can like put it in your bra or whatever, and it's great. But also one thing I love about this mascara is this wand. Look at this wand. And it's so volumizing. I'm like, eyelashes who? I mean, honestly, I wish I could put false lashes on. I've never worn them. The one time I did, I didn't understand how women or men who do wear them, I don't know how they could do it. I mean, it's so having something like that with that weight on your eye, you're really used to it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand how you can do it, but more power unto you, girl. I mean, but yeah. Also, the one thing that is literally the hardest thing for me to do is my bottom lash line. I see all beauty gurus do it, and it makes me just so nervous every time I do it because I just can't because my bottom lashes are very short. Um, they're so short. It's also the reason why I don't really bother with it because they're so short. That and when I put the eyeshadow on my waterline, you can't really see my bottom lashes anyway. It would be different if I had like some 4K camera setup and I've got like these nice studio lights. I don't. So moving on from that. I do end up using two concealers though. And see, for me, it's so confusing, especially when you're trying to learn how to do makeup, and then you see people do concealer before foundation. Some people put concealer after foundation. Like the majority of people put on concealer after their foundation. For me, I like to do both. I put this, which is a concealer stick. I put this on before. But before we do that, it is time for some NYX. This is an orange. It's a full coverage orange concealer. Hmm. We're about to see that. We're about to see if this is as it claims. This is actually a traditional eyeshadow brush. Actually, the one brush I actually use for eyeshadow is the same brush I used to use for my highlight. But ever since I started using a fan brush, I'm like, I don't need you. My eyes aren't completely done. I still have concealer, which I'll be adding to my inner corners. But yeah, I got these. I got these from Amazon last year. I bought 2 jars. This one and one jar I have not even opened yet. and literally they were only $5 each, so that's why I bought 2 from Amazon. So, and it supposedly is pigmented, so we're about to... I also like to pat this in, because I have used this before where I used way too much, and not here for that. But the other thing I've been, wanting to make a video on, and I'm like, why not just do it in this video, is whether or not trans people can be transphobic. I've been hearing this going around the internet for a very long time, and I just feel like I really need to address it. Mostly because there's so many other YouTubers who are calling, like, Blair White and Calvin Garrett transphobic, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not a thing. You can't be transphobic when you're trans. It's like this. It would be like if a gay person was homophobic. I'm just like, that's not possible, sweetie. I mean, under the context that it is possible, like someone who is very early, or someone who is in the closet, could they be homophobic? To a certain extent, but not really fully, I don't believe, But, yeah, I'm just... Y'all, I'm just so excited to have FFS, which I know I'm still probably a good year away from having that, but I just feel like putting on makeup is going to be so much easier, because, like, every time I do my eyeshadow, I always have to lift my eyebrows, because if I don't, I've got, like, a fold on this skin here, and it's such a pain, because raising your eyebrows causes these crease lines in your forehead, which ages you faster than normal. So, all right, I've got this concealer pretty laid down pretty good. So now we are gonna go in with... I don't know why I'm acting like this is a tutorial. But yeah, I just find the whole topic kind of be, like, really, really ridiculous. I mean, you can't be transphobic if you're trans. I mean, yeah, there's hating yourself, but I mean, that's a whole nother thing. That more has to do with dysphoria and stuff like that. But I don't know. Let me go. Oh, I can't talk right now. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this topic. Like, Calvin Guerra did a video, a reaction video to a person who is also trans. He made a video called "Calvin Guerra is Dangerous," and of course, the title made me cringe, made me roll my eyes, made me question why, just why, and it made me question why I am living, why everyone is living. Calvin isn't dangerous. Yeah, he tends to be a bit extreme in his views, which, they're his views. That's his every right to, express them however he wishes. I mean, again, it's his YouTube channel. People don't have to watch. They choose to watch his channel. So you get what you get when you choose to watch, if you ask me. Alright. This concealer would be better if it was full coverage, but it's not. So it looks a little crazy, But after foundation, you know, it'll look much better, like the rest of my face. I swear, I have a window unit. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but my window unit is it has its good moments, but every hour or so, it'll just make this shuddering sound that's super loud, and it always scares the crap out of me. And so I'm just like, thanks. I totally needed that. Alright, it is foundation time. And we are going in with this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Sure. And I feel like it's full coverage to a certain extent. I feel like it's only full coverage if you use like a sponge or basically, yeah, because this is also in alabaster, basically another sign that I'm a pasty bitch. And so I'm just using these. I can't afford a $20 sponge at the moment. The moment I can, you better believe that I will be buying a beauty blender because your girl wants one. But yeah. Like, trust me, like, when I found sponges and I actually used one for the first time, I was, like, shook. Because I was like, where have these been my whole life? Because, yeah, I mean, I put makeup on with, like, a brush, and they're fine and cute and everything. But it just does not compare when using a sponge, because... Also, I feel like, yeah, this foundation, it is full coverage, but for me, it's more full coverage in a buildable sense. Because you really have to pack it on, at least on my face. But, like, ever since I went off estrogen, my skin has gotten so much more oily, especially on my under eyes. Like, literally, I could wipe away the oil, and literally, I kid you not, 5 minutes later, the shit's back, and I'm just like, thanks. Love that for me. And, you know, I just wish it was not the case, but, you know, it's a work in progress. I may have just put way too much on this side. Girl, you can see it in the camera. Oh my god. I have to... Let's just blend this out. It's a little too easy for me with this foundation to go way too in, and it makes it a bit, like, makes me look a little bit like Casper. I really wish I had a beauty blender that I could really go in, because I see Jeffree Star putting on makeup, and I'm just like, I want that to be me. You know, where I'm that good at it. But then again, he's been doing makeup. He's been wearing makeup for 20 years. I've only been really wearing makeup for like 3 years. So I can't really expect to be, you know, that flawlessly amazing in 3 years, you know. Jeffrey's been doing makeup for a long, long time. Okay, so we're seeing this. We're doing good. Okay, but we forgot the neck, so... We're gonna just drag it down the neck, because I just want to hurry up and get this laid down. Yeah, you can still see the orange. I can see it from here, and it's not wanting to, go by. I still have my other concealer, so it'll be fine. My liquid, this is literally the lightest shade you could find, that I could find, and it's CoverGirl. It's also the first liquid concealer I've ever used. And it's not full coverage by any means. The concealer, the coverage it's nice. It's nice. But it could be better. Also, I love this foundation. I really do. But like sponge, there's no comparison when putting makeup on with a sponge compared to a brush. Because the brush is cute and all, but nothing compares to a sponge because it blends it like right into the skin, and oh, it's just great. And now I know camera makes me look like I'm super pale, which don't get me wrong, I'm kind of living for. That's like my aesthetic. Like I like to call myself like the opposite of Gigi Gorgeous. She always has like blonde hair, blue eyes, tan skin. I'm like the opposite with dark hair, dark eyes, and pale as a fucking ghost. Which, I'm living for. I really am. Alright, so foundation has been laid down, so we are done. Also, I want to buy Jeffree Star Full Coverage Concealer. I know he's planning for foundation. I know he has it in the works, and bitch, I can't wait. Because we all know Jeffree Star is a full coverage queen. And, speaking of Jeffree Star, the only full coverage foundation, and I mean full coverage, I've ever used is by Kat Von Disease. Okay, and it was, don't get me wrong, was the most amazing because I didn't have to color correct my under eyes. I literally had a quarter size of that foundation, and it covered my entire face and neck, and you couldn't see shit on my face. Like I have pictures, which is on my my transition timeline video where I was wearing it, and bitch, you can't see anything. It basically snatched my whole face. And I didn't actually buy that foundation. I'm glad, because I wouldn't want to spend a dime on her, especially after what she tried to do to Jeffree. So I'm just like, I'm not here for that. And let's begin. Like, sometimes I wish it would be, I almost sometimes wish it would be easier to shave my eyebrows off. One, I would never do that because I can't pay my eyebrows on to save my life. So, oh my god. See, this is just looking so good. I'd like this a lot better if it was more full coverage, because in terms of the shade is actually really good. I like the shade. I got the lightest shade they could because again, I'm a pale bitch, so your girl needs it. But now, even with that orange concealer, even with two different kinds of concealers on, it still doesn't really cover my dark circles. You can still see them. Like, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I am looking at a mirror up close, and I can see it. Alright, we're moving on to the other eye now. Now this loofah has quite a bit of payoff. Comes with a lot, but I don't go like everywhere because the eye is a sensitive area, so I really like to get that done first. So you go, hey, everyone who's watching, let me know what you guys, what is your favorite, what's your favorite concealer to use, or what concealer do you guys like to wear? Yeah, this video is going to be a long one. It's already 30 minutes long. It's going to be a bit longer than this, let's be honest. I know we didn't really talk about a whole lot. Mostly you guys just watched me get ready, but whatever. I wanted to get ready, and I wanted to talk about the everything that's been going on, and so it's like a win-win. And so like literally, this I'm just gonna be doing this for in terms of my makeup from now on. I mean, I'm just gonna be using a sponge because it like blends in everything. But it's not super full coverage, which I really wish it was. But it's CoverGirl. It's drugstore. I don't really. This is like, I don't really expect it to be, oh my god, fantastic, amazing. But it's still, it works enough. But yeah, my makeup looks like amazing. Let's go up real close. See, I feel like it makes my on camera. It's not like it's a little bit like this in person, but up close, my under eyes look bright but weird. I'm sure you understand. See how it's like white and bright, but you still see the bagginess. I mean, I don't really like that. I'm wondering if once I start losing weight, which it is now the 5th, on the 7th, which is in the day after tomorrow, I'm back on keto. Actually, no, I'm actually not back on keto until the 8th. The 7th will be my last non-keto day, so I'm going to be buying one. It'll be a cheat day. It'll be basically my last day to eat carbs like I normally do as of non-keto. But the 8th, I'm on back on keto, so really, really looking forward to that. Also, this is not damp. Most beauty blenders, you damp it. This is just normal sponge. I damped nothing. And for something that has just been non-damped, I think it turned out pretty well. And I think it looks really good. I look really white, like really white. But that's okay because, we've got contour. And I use this. It's actually a CoverGirl eyeshadow. I don't have contour. I have this. I never use it because I used to use brown eyeshadow because with my brown hair and brown eyes, it was just a look. And every now and then I'll throw it on and I'm like, why the hell not? We'll go for it. But I'm just not always in the mood. Most of the time I like color, and there's only so many times I can justify just putting on brown shadow all the time. Yeah, I went a little too much with, so a little bit of, so that's also a tip that I learned from Jeffree Star. You mess up, you go a little too much with your contour, use a little bit of powder right over it, and it lightens up right up. And see there. This side still looks really bad. I don't know. Because normally I suck in my cheeks and I wasn't doing that. Also, another thing I see Jeffree doing is like contouring his like entire jawline. I'm like, let's. I don't know. We'll try it. I've done it like once, and I don't really think it made that much of a difference. So I do have color on my face now. It looks better. Still looks super pale, which again, I'm here for. But now it is time for. Actually, we'll go in with this. It's time to a setting powder, and this is probably a bad thing, but this is actually my mom's setting powder. And she's been dead for like 15 years. I should throw this away, but let's be real, they made makeup back then a lot better, so it will last forever. So I'm not upset over it, you know. The only thing about setting powder, you have to be really, really careful with it, or it will get all over creation. And so we got highlighter, and then we'll be done. Which highlighter is probably my favorite thing to put on. Well, with the exception of eyeshadow. Also, I do not use blush, in case any of you guys were wondering. It's not the fact that I have. It's not the fact that I have it. I just don't use it. It's just the fact that I don't have it, so therefore I don't use it. And personally, I like the fact that I'm a pale bitch. This is also, as you guys know, because I've said it multiple times, is my absolute favorite highlighter, because it is just, oh, so good, and I definitely double on it. I layer it so much because, you know, I'm really here for that blinding highlight. Like, you see that? We're here for it. We're here for it, y'all. And I just realized if I could contour my nose. We'll just use the same fan brush. And we're... See, I actually use this brush, and I also have used this brush for my nose contour. So, I actually like the fan brush better because I have better control when I use it. Like, also, my makeup game has gotten so much better over the last 3 years. Like, look how good that looks now. Oh, it looks so much skinnier looking. Okay. Now, okay, so we finished the regular highlight. I'm looking for my skinny brush if I can find it. It's a very special brush. It is a very tiny little brush, and I really only use it to do my highlight on my inner corners. I love this highlighter, and like look before I do it, so you guys have a good look, and it brings the entire look together, in my opinion. I love it, but it's also one of those things that I'm like super close to my eye, so it's like, whoo. Oh, look at that! You can see it already, blinding, y'all. I know I've talked probably more about makeup than I have in this video than the actual topics, but you know, it's a get ready with me. How can I not talk about makeup? Also, I'm not really sure when, but I will end up stopping uploading daily just because I don't really have the content to upload daily anymore. For a long time I did, but not really much anymore. Which is a little sad because, you know, I've uploaded for a little over a month now every day, and I really like it. And once I start my Sims challenge, I probably will start uploading daily because I'll have videos, because I'll probably limit, because I'll end up recording the Sims for hours, probably for a few hours, and then I'll probably break that up into like, you know, every 20-minute video each time. So, you know, I'll have enough videos to actually upload daily, but I know there's not a lot of you that actually are Simmers and actually like or play The Sims at all, but I'm hoping you guys will give it a chance. I know I have a few of you that do watch my sim videos. So, and lastly, lip. The only lipstick I really have over here is this one. So we are gonna go with it. And there we are, y'all. We are done. Now I have to just pile everything back in here. But yeah, see, this is also a product that I have in my makeup bag, but sadly I just don't use. I really do want to get back into using it. But it's not really the best. It is a foil eyeshadow by The Bomb Cosmetics. But it's kind of like a really dark silver color. And it's I don't know what foil eyeshadow is. Before buying this or before getting this in my Ipsy Glam bag, I've never heard of it before. So, but yes. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'm trying to get my shit organized here. But yeah, I think my look looks really good today. I don't know, I might end up pre-recording since I am already full face of makeup. I may think about something else and I may end up recording that, so I will already have a video ready for tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, and here's my finished look up close. Yeah, I really do like this eyeshadow, but like I said, sponge is the only way to go because brush will not get me this full coverage this quickly. Brushes would definitely end up taking far longer. and I really like how it looks. My hair is still kind of a mess, but you know, it's just dried from the shower, and this is pretty much exactly how it looks. Um, it's very wavy, curly, kind of. It'll basically not be when I brush it. I didn't bring my brush, so sorry. Yes, alright, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know what you guys think about the topics we talked about. We talked about non-binary. We talked about the whole Ariel drama. And we talked about, can trans people be transphobic? So let me know what you guys think of these topics down in the description down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please do comment, subscribe, share it everywhere. If you want to support me and support my channel, you can support me on patreon.com/AmaraIsabella. Thank you guys so much for watching yet again. I also have a Facebook page, which is in the description down below. I post these videos every single day, and I'm looking on to posting more. Of course, every time I post to Instagram, those pictures also are linked to my Facebook page, so they will pop up there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Alright. Bye, guys.